Ready, go! Yes, that's a man!
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Breakdown. In today's episode, we're going to be going back to the King of Florida tournament that took place only a week or so ago, and this time we're going to be looking at a particular match that was a standout match within the super heavyweight division. We're talking about the match between Florida's Karl Stanley, who is ranked, I'm pretty sure, number 2 in Florida when it comes to super heavyweights, only behind that of Chance Shaw, up against Canada's Kody Merritt, who of course is a WAF world champion on the left arm, but this match takes place on the right arm, and it is midway through the tournament battle itself. So it's a screamer of a match, it's a bit of a Wild West match, but it certainly is entertaining, that's for sure. So let's have a look now at the breakdown of Karl Stanley and Kody Merritt. Alrighty, on the left of the screen you can see Karl Stanley there, big surge off the start in the center with a top roll drive. The hook has been set though by Kody Merritt, and now they are in a war. Center table, lots of back and forth going on. Each time each athlete surges, the hand of the opponent is sufficient to get the stop, and the arm opens up, and the rotation is what is gassing. So as you can see here, both guys trading abilities to surge. A lot of huge elbow fouls going on there. This is the Wild Wild West. We're in Florida at the moment. You can see the attempted press transition from Kody Merritt. Massive drag off the back from Karl Stanley. The refs don't care. They're carrying on. Elbows popping everywhere. Some side pressure. An attempted somewhat top roll from Kody Merritt there with some pronation pressure. But he returns to that set position in the center of the table. Karl Stanley looking to drive and set. But here comes the press transition. Another attempted drive from Karl Stanley. Losing his wrist now, looking for a slip. There is the opportunity for Kody Merritt. And he takes it with both hands. Oh my goodness. I feel like we need to watch that again. It went so quickly, it was kind of hectic and crazy. I don't have a slow-mo replay, so let's just watch it again. There's a bunch of elbow fouls in there. Like I said, this is the Wild Wild West in Florida. If you've ever arm wrestled in Florida, you'll know what I mean. I've experienced it myself. It's crazy. You just keep on going until you pin someone. It seems like that's the kind of status quo in Florida, arm wrestling. But anyway, let's watch it again because it's hectic. A lot goes on. I'll try to drill a little bit more into the actual technical side of what goes on. But let's have a look one more time. All right, let me go back to the start. Karl Stanley, Kody Merritt. Here we go. Okay, the initiation's a top roll from Karl. It's contained by Kody into a hook. The hook drives are stopped by the arm pressure, the bicep and pronation staying intact from Karl Stanley. Same thing happens when Karl Stanley surges. It's the hand and the arm combination from Kody Merritt on the defensive half that is sufficient to stop Kody Merritt from getting pins. You can see both athletes are kind of resting in center and then surging. They're trading blows, resting, surging, starting to test for the ability to press. We're going to ignore all these crazy elbow fouls. We talked about them last time. Let's watch how Kody gets the victory in the end. You can see as the hand is starting to gas on Karl Stanley. His arm is starting to gas slightly more. Shoulder is coming in behind Kody Merritt more than it is on Karl. He still can't get the pin, but you can see as Karl goes for one more surge, he then looks to dump his wrist and try to slip, and Kody Merritt takes that opportunity to rise, gain control of more rotation, and add his shoulder and get the press victory. Really crazy match out of Florida. Good match, but I have to take my hat off to Kody for winning that battle. But I also have to take my hat off to Karl Stanley because he actually goes on to win the tournament. If you want to see the full tournament, check out Arm Wrestling TV. The link is in the description. He makes a comeback. He ends up winning, going through the tournament. Doesn't face Kody again. Kody is eliminated because, as you can appreciate, they're gassed here in this match. But Karl Stanley does come through with the goods with a shoulder roll to go on and win the tournament. So if you want to check that out, make sure you click the link in the description. But really interesting match. On what I found fascinating about it was the way that neither guy could pin. Okay, they both wanted the pin. They were hungry for the pin. Every time they drove sideways, it was a defensive arm position combined with a solid static hand defense that would open up their attack. Every time that attack, they'd get open up and their hand would get left behind because of the rigidity of the defensive position of their opponent. Both were doing the same thing, but the difference proved to be that the side pressure fatigue was greater in Karl Stanley than it was in Kody Merritt, which allowed Kody Merritt to transition his shoulder in more significantly, which allowed him to put more work into the lactic acid buildup on Karl Stanley, which made Karl Stanley panic, dump his wrist, look for a slip. Kody Merritt took it, rise, supinated, grabbed more rotation, and put the nail in the coffin. That's how I saw it, ladies and gentlemen. You let me know what you thought of the match. Kody Merritt, left-hand specialist, but still cool to see him performing on the right arm. Of course, he did recently face John Brzenk, where he looked pretty good against John. Not quite good enough, but he did look pretty good. But anyway, let us know what you think, Karl Stanley. Well done on the victory. We want to see you guys outside of Florida more often if we can. Get some more data on where you guys rank within North America. But anyway, Karl Stanley, well done. Kody Merritt, well done. And thank you guys for tuning in. Hit the like, hit the share, all those sorts of things, comments. It'd mean the world to me. All right, guys, take care.
Yeah, that's a bet!